from U.S. Bank Stadium in Minneapolis. It's Week 1 of the NFL on EA Sports. We'll see Kirk Cousins and the Minnesota Vikings taking on Aaron Rodgers and the Green Bay Packers.
A very warm day outside by Minnesota standards, but then again, it is still summer. Either way, the AC is working just fine at U.S. Bank Stadium in the Twin Cities. The scene a short time ago, this crowd decked out in purple, and they were in full roar as their guys burst out of the locker room. We're ready for football, folks, as the Vikings get set to do battle with the Green Bay Packers. With my good friend Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, we have arrived at another new season. Had a little more pep in my step this morning. I know you did.
No more podcasts. No more just predicting what's going to happen. Now we get to see it on the field.
The Vikings ready to go to work, led out by their quarterback in his third year wearing purple, ninth year overall in the NFL, a Pro Bowler in Kirk Cousins.
The debate about Kirk Cousins continues to rage both among Vikings fans and fans around the league. But when you look at his numbers, you think this is one of the better quarterbacks in the league. Last year broke a string of 4 straight 4,000-yard passing years with the emergence of Dalvin Cook in the backfield. So while those numbers dropped, he was still solid.
second down. It's Cook. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, and now they go from 2nd and 2 to a tough 3rd and 4.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game, so what do you do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line...
Cousins from the gun on 3rd. Open man is Thielen. It's complete. And he will have a Vikings first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. A first down for Minnesota. Cousins finding Thielen.
I don't care how you look at it, how you cut it, how you parse it. Adam Thielen continues to be an absolute marvel, coming from where he did, Division III football, to being one of the top receivers in the NFL. But it's going to be vital for the Vikings in 2020 to keep number 19 on the field, especially since he lost his old running mate Stephon Diggs to the Buffalo Bills. And a hamstring injury last year really held his numbers in check. His lowest receiving yardage since 2015. Look for another breakout from Adam Thielen after plays like that.
It's a gain of 16, and the Vikings have the first down as well.
44-yard line. Well, the evidence is once again presented why he was such a top target at LSU, and Justin Jefferson carrying that over to the NFL. He's what a lot of people call a natural pass catcher. What I love about him is his ability to play the ball in the air, and at the moment of truth, go up and take it from a defensive back. This guy is smooth.
First down, here's Cousins. And he's got the hook up here. It's Kyle Rudolph. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line.
Complete to Kyle Rudolph.
Looking to throw again on second down. Cousins. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
He was covered by Jair Alexander.
They'll run it. Here's Cook. And he's going to have the first down yardage as he's down at about the 30-yard line. They're able to convert with a gain of 4. But Dalvin Cook's best game of 2019 came against these Packers. It was in Week 2 early in the season, but he had 154 yards and a touchdown on the ground, though his Vikings actually wound up falling 21-16 at Lambeau. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Cousins now. That's caught by Jackson. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. Boy, not what you want to see in quarter 1 of the new year. We'll be back. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. First down, here's the run with Cook. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage.
The ball carrier.
Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. Maybe I'm wrong, but it looked like even if he had opted to keep that, I don't think there was going to be much to gain.
It seemed like it was perfectly defense. And know what they say? Those guys on the other side, they get paid too.
Cousins gives way to Cook. And he'll get 4 there, down to about the 12-yard line. It's been a pretty long opening drive. This will be play number 11 coming up on 3rd down.
It's a gain of 4.
Cousins.
Brings up 3rd and 6.
And this is going to be intercepted. Get there and pick it. Here we go with the Packer offense, guided by their decorated QB with a long list of Pro Bowls and other accolades next to his name, of course. Aaron Rodgers leading the way.
And the question swirled around Green Bay all offseason in free agency and through the draft. Did they acquire enough pieces to help their all-star quarterback, Aaron Rodgers? Just think about the last 2 years for him. 51 touchdown passes, just 6 interceptions, and rallied the Packers to 13 regular season wins last year and a trip to the NFC Championship game. He's still one of the top quarterbacks in the league, and the Packers are hoping to take the next step.
Still a few inches short of a first down as they come up now on second down.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the...
And the ball is out. Jones got hit and lost it. And this belongs to the Vikings.
Aaron Jones on the carry.
Always costly to cough up that football. These defenders, they become so adept, though, at jarring it free.
Yeah, it's amazing that there aren't more fumbles caused, because now, if you're an offensive player, you go through ball security drills every single day. It's really not out of line to think that you should take the ball to bed with you and just hold on to it. But the bottom line is, no matter how much you try to protect it, these guys are pretty good at finding ways to knock it out.
Will break the huddle and bring the pack up 1st and 10 at the 31-yard line. A little jet sweep to start the drive. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down.
Harrison Smith on the tackle. No gain on the play.
Looking to throw on second down. Rodgers gets this to his running back, Aaron Jones. No yardage to speak of whatsoever. Leads to a 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd down.
Throwing is Rodgers. He's got Adams on the hookup. And he is going to have the Packers' first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. First catch of the new season for him, and he picks up the first.
I don't care who you put on him, he's going to be a handful in one-on-one throws.
Yeah, right now, you're right. They're in man-to-man. Maybe need some safety help.
I would say that'd be a good idea. Double team him somehow. I'm going to have to make someone else beat me rather than let him shred my defense.
Throwing on first down is Rodgers. This one complete to Devin Funchess.
Rodgers.
Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays.
13 yards. First down, Green Bay.
Now a first down carry by Jones. And he's able to break out of 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5.
Rodgers with a give. It's Aaron Jones. It'll be a pickup of a couple, and it leaves him with a 3rd and 3. No score after 1 on EA Sports.
No score.
They'll try and run for it with Jones. And Jones is not going to have the first down as they stop him short. Just a yard on the run there. That's going to bring us to a 4th down.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. So on now for the Packers at their all-time leading scorer, Mason Crosby. This will be from 49 yards out. And this one is right down Broadway. And the Packers are off to a 3-0 lead.
The score, Packers 3, Vikings nothing.
So still no touchdowns in the first half, but we do have some action on the scoreboard with the field goal.
So maybe now the mentality changes in this game, because anytime you get to the red zone, and if you don't come away with 6 points, you feel like it's a disappointment. In a game like this one, being able to kick field goals means you're right there, and then you're just looking for that big break to take you over the top.
Kirk Cousins and the Vikings offense back on the field, and he comes out on the heels of an interception he threw last time they had the ball.
Yeah, and you know, the quarterbacks that I know that are the best ones, the ones that really know how to lead their team, they tell them, that's on me. That's my bad. Let's go back out there and move ahead again, guys. We can get this done.
One good thing for him, it did only lead to 3 points and not a touchdown after that turnover.
Big thanks to the defense.
It'll be a gain of 10 to start the drive out by a few inches. That'll be a first down. They run. Cook. And not much room to operate as he'll get this up only to about the 41. Wesley Woodyard there on the tackle.
A gain of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 9.
On 2nd and 9. Cousins. And Rudolph has it, the tight end.
Cousins pass.
4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
The Vikings on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. Working out of the gun, Cousins. And he'll just toss it away. So he throws it away, and that brings up 4th down. The passing game not in sync here early, and now it's 4th down. Colquitt on to kick as he sends it away. Now Austin. 36 yards on the punt with no return. And the Packer drive will start from deep in their own territory with a 1st and 10. We remind you lots more to come here in this opening weekend of the Return to Football 2020. Coming up later tonight, it's the national debut of SoFi Stadium in Southern California. The Cowboys and the Rams doing battle there. And then 2 more to finish off the week on Monday Night Football. The Steelers and Giants from MetLife Stadium and the Titans and Broncos from Mile High. Caught on the right side by Jones. Not much there, only a yard.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. The linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field. Well, they certainly did a nice job there, picking him up out of the backfield and then running stride for stride with him. That's good coverage, and it led to an incompletion.
And 9 yards to go.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. To throw, it's Rodgers. And Adams has it complete. And all the way to the opposite 45. A big play there. Rodgers to Adams. And even 40 yards.
That was an excellent read right there. Saw cover 1. That means it's just a single high safety. So you know if you throw the ball to the outside part of the field, help is going to be a little bit late getting there. And he puts one out there for a big-time completion.
So the big play moves him all the way across midfield. It's 1st and 10 from the 45. From the shotgun to give to Jones. And he takes it down to the 40 with a pickup of 4.
33.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
Harris on the tackle. A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6. At the Vikings' 40-yard line.
Now Jones. And he only manages a couple here down to about the 38-yard line.
On the carry.
But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
The Packers on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This time it's 3rd and 3. Working from the gun, Rodgers. Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down. And Daniil Hunter, he's the one who gets in there and brings him down to the ground.
Sometimes I wonder, partner, what it would be like to just do a bar graph for all the players in the NFL to see where they came from in college to where they are in the NFL. And Daniil Hunter, a guy with less than 10 sacks in his college career at LSU, is now one of the best sack guys in the NFL. Picks up another one there, had 14.5 last year, and became the youngest player in NFL history to reach 50 sacks in his career in the 2019 season.
On is the punter Scott here as he gets this one away. And this will be up to the ruling of the side judge here. He says it crossed out of bounds at the 16-yard line. Minnesota now ready for their next possession. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a 1st down now. From the shotgun, it's Cousins. And he goes down. It's a sack. They get him back at his own 3-yard line.
Well, if an offense is going to throw the ball on this part of the field, any pass rusher will tell you that's his favorite part. Gets a chance to get after the quarterback. It's almost like a reverse red zone. They can create points using their defense, and this time they take their man down.
Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. Cook. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. They lose 2 on that last play, so things get even tougher. 3rd and long coming up.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
Second quarter, 2 minutes remain. 3-0 our score. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes, we'll again head down to visit with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando, back for another year. He'll have scores from around the NFL here on this opening weekend. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. Here's Britton Colquitt now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And he's able to get it out quickly, and this is not a bad kick here. 43 yards on the punt, 7-yard return, and the Packers will have a short field to work with here as they take over 1st and 10. Devontae Adams in the Packer offense heading back out. He's doing what he's capable of, having a solid game. Not the most amazing game. He's not over 100 yards, but a good game so far.
And you just know that mentally he feels like he's one catch away from turning it into a great game and starting on that road. And the defenders are well aware of that, too. They've got to figure out a way to not let that escalate. Keep him right in this zone here and call it a day, because otherwise he can really decimate them.
Better believe they are well aware of his playmaking ability. Really good defensive effort. They were all over that little swing pass out to the right side before lost yardage.
Terrific read, better execution, and done with a lot of enthusiasm, wasn't it?
Absolutely.
They saw it all the way, ran to the football, and caused a nice play for lost yardage.
The loss of 3 on that first down pass play. Now 2nd and 13. Now a man open down the middle of the field. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. They'll need to get this to the 38. That's where the first down marker is here on 3rd.
Good catch by Marquez Valdez-Scantling, and that's something that his teammates needed to see and something he needed for himself. They call him MVS, and they want him to become an MVP type of a receiver. Speed to burn. He can stretch the field. They just need him to be as dependable catching the ball as we saw there throughout the season.
It's a loss of 10 yards on the play. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Here's J.K. Scott now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. This is away, but boy, headed straight for the sidelines. And this punt sails over the sideline, and the spot, it looks to be right at the 25-yard line. Adam Thielen and the rest of the Vikings offense, they get set for their next possession. They've got to be thinking, how can we get him a little bit more involved here? Second quarter, you're down, and really, he's been out of the mix.
I would agree with that, and oftentimes you hear, well, we're just taking what the defense is giving us, but sometimes that's just not good enough. Sometimes you have to take...
And the Packers give him nowhere to go, and they bring him down. Now the Vikings will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. Over the middle here to Rudolph. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. And he's got Kyle Rudolph. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. Cousins to his tight end Rudolph for a Viking first down.
1st and 10 at the 41-yard line.
From the gun, here's Cousins. And the pressure too much that time as Cousins goes down.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been on constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Final play of the half, Cousins. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much, and welcome back to football, everybody. We've got a full slate of 16 games here to start the new season, so let's take our first trip around the NFL. We'll kick things off with an NFC East battle between two old foes, Philadelphia and Washington. And it's the visiting side who have the lead in that one. Jimmy Garoppolo leading the way there. From there, let's make the quick trip up the Parkway and check in on the Ravens at home in Baltimore. And they've got the lead in their ball game over the visiting Cleveland Browns. Lamar Jackson has a touchdown pass. And our game has been Aaron Rodgers, who was on target in the first half. His guys lead, though by only a field goal. Still anybody's game. As we send it back to Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Thank you, sir. A field goal separates these two teams as we come back for this second half. And we'll see if week one fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28.
And on the return, the Packers take over 1st and 10. At their
and Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that.
Just his 2nd catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains.
Now there's a target that just about any quarterback would like to throw to. Devin Funchess, one of the big body receivers in the league who can go up and get it. Former Carolina Panther, played one game with the Indianapolis Colts in 2019 before breaking his collarbone. Excellent hands, monster target, kind of forgiving target for a quarterback. The Packers really need him to develop and give them another option on the perimeter.
Now a quick slant as the throw's complete. 7 yards, the pick up there.
Nothing fancy on 1st down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, he often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for 2nd down, staying ahead of schedule. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 47. That'll wind up going for a loss of 4. And all of a sudden here, it's 3rd down. Well, if you're going to turn things around in a game like this, Charles, those are the kind of plays that you need.
And I just love the way that defense rallied to the football on that one. They got the completion, but he was smothered behind the line of scrimmage. And when you make tackles like that, your whole defense is going to be fired up. Really nice play getting to the ball.
Got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And they'll get this across the midfield stripe, but still winding up short of the 1st down.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. Here's J.K. Scott now as he's on to punt for Green Bay. And this will be out of bounds, and they spot it at the 15-yard line. Not too bad. Here's Kirk Cousins now, the centerpiece of our player spotlight. And I guess the question, Charles, is what's the formula for keeping him better protected? Because as we see, the protection, it struggled.
And normally what you get is renewed determination. When the big guy gets hit, that usually sparks people. Hey, we can't let this happen anymore. They take it personally. He's not supposed to be on the ground, but that hasn't been the case so far in this game. So maybe they've got to figure out how do they get rid of the ball faster to help out the offensive line so he doesn't get hit as much.
And we'll see if they can keep him off the ground now going forward. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Cousins to throw it. The throw complete to Beebe. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs as we just saw there.
On 3rd down, Cousins. And that will be incomplete.
Normally you think the tight end's going to be able to catch the football and handle that contact, but in this case, maybe a little too much target to hit. That one was timed well. Incomplete.
So possession goes over here on the punt. And it'll be Packer football here. 1st down and 10. The Packers offense set to go. And both of these defenses have been stifling these last few drives offensively. Just not able to get anything going. So what needs to change?
I think a lot of the guys will go back and review, so to speak, because everyone has someone assigned to how did each play work. Okay, what did we use that kind of worked for us during this game? Try and get back to some of those plays, as well as the possibility of showing something you haven't shown already in this game and trying to change things up.
We'll see if they take the advice of Mr. Davis.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Now left side, a completion to his tight end. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
And it's 3rd down.
Jones. And he gets this one across midfield for the 1st down to the 46. Give him 2 yards on that play, and it'll give him a fresh set of downs. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
Keep on the ground with Jones. He takes it down to the 42, a 5-yard run. The 1st down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5.
42-yard line. It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5.
Rodgers now to throw. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield. Complete. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46.
Well, I know it goes against the instincts of the person catching the ball because all you're ever taught is catch the football, don't drop it.
But drop it there.
Yeah, in that situation, dropping it would have been better. End up losing yardage even though they completed the pass.
As good as a sack.
Yeah, how about that? Although they won't get the same credit for it, and it won't help them at contract time.
Throwing is Rodgers on 3rd down. And Jones has it over the middle. And he's going to get this inside the 30. Give him 18 on that play, and Green Bay has the 1st as well.
18 on the play.
That's a play that will likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. And if points result, we'll call this play significant.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Shotgun now for Rodgers. He'll find Jones again, complete. And he's brought down at the 24 after a gain of 4. They'll contain him to just 4. Second down.
2nd and 6 at the 24-yard line.
And again, it's Rodgers. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27.
If you're a selfish player and you're throwing the ball, you're cool with the completion. Maybe not so cool with the yardage loss, though, huh?
Yeah, you went backwards on the yardage. Hey, it kind of works like a sack for the defense there.
Yeah, it's a really big play for them, right? Able to figure it out, sniff it out, and finish it off.
Now play number 8 on this drive, and they need 9 yards to pick up the first on 3rd. Again, they'll throw with Rodgers. Got an open man. It's Valdez-Scantling. And he's not going to sniff the first down here. He stopped at the 25.
Scantling. A gain of a yard. It's now 4th down.
So out comes a field goal team now for the second time here today. Made his first, this now from 42 yards out. We are through 3 quarters here on NFL Kickoff Weekend. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports.
Mason Crosby on for the field goal. A 42-yard attempt.
And the 13-year man puts it through, and that will double their lead as it's up to 6.
Packers 6, Vikings nothing.
So they get the 3, but you wonder now, is that going to be enough? Excellent question, because when I look at the smiles on that side of the field, they're a little tight, aren't they? If they had scored a touchdown there, those would be big half-moon grins right now because they feel a whole lot better about their position.
And a touchdown in the other direction, all of a sudden they're down.
First down 10 at their own 20.
Now the Minnesota offense set to take over again. I tell you what, it's kind of hard to imagine. They have not scored a single point, and yet they're in this position, a touchdown drive here, and they're in the lead.
Normally when you have 0 on your side of the ledger on the scoreboard, you're a little bit discouraged. But when they look over and see their opponents, they don't see a number that's way out there. They don't see a number they can't attain. In fact, they can get it right here on this drive and potentially take the lead.
And nearly picked off. Surprising to see a defender of his caliber let it get away, but it does get away and it's second down. Packer pressure, and down he goes. Preston Smith. He's the one that got home and takes him down for a loss of 9. Well, it was 2nd and long. Now it's 3rd and even longer. They're going in the wrong direction here.
Because they're moving them exactly the way they want to, but you're exactly right. Definitely going in the wrong direction for the offensive guys.
Cousins with work to do after the sack as he brings his guys up on a 3rd and long. Now Cousins. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he'll be stopped at the 27-yard line, well short of the first down marker.
I love the durability of Kyle Rudolph. He hasn't missed a game for the Vikings since 2014. Always on the field, always contributing. They keep calling him a dependable target. He can be that and more. And remember, in the overtime win against New Orleans in the playoffs last year, who caught the game-winning touchdown? That guy right there, Kyle Rudolph.
Here's Britton Colquitt now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well. It'll be a net of 39, 41-yard punt, 2 on the return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Green Bay offense now about ready to take possession here. They have the lead, obviously, late in the game. I guess the good news for them is if for some reason they would make a mistake, a field goal does the opposition no good.
Everyone loves to have a little bit of a cushion, and that helps you immeasurably. But the bottom line is, do all the things that you're taught in order to close out the game. Don't even let that become an issue.
Yeah, but still a one-possession game. This one not fully over yet.
Brings up second.
On 2nd and 9. Rodgers. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It's a first down on a gain of 10.
And the Packer first down.
Out of the shotgun, it's Jones. Anthony Barr in on the tackle. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
He was tackled at the 46-yard line.
Shotgun now for Rodgers. His throw incomplete. He was looking for the connection with Devin Funchess. And it's 3rd down.
He was covered by Prince Amukamara.
From the gun, it's Rodgers. Oh, incomplete. Nearly the pick they needed. They would have loved one there, but at least it does get them to 4th down.
He was covered by...
Has to be a little bit of frustration there. Back-to-back incompletions. Receivers blanketed on both attempts. This time on 3rd down.
Here's J.K. Scott now as he's on to punt for Green Bay. And did they keep it in? They did. They kept it in. It's down close to the goal line at the 1-yard line. The field position game often so overlooked, but this offense is going to be backed up deep. What an ideal punt.
And now, this stage of the game, when they need the drive to try and put themselves in a position to win it, you talk about going the long field, the very long field. This could be a 99-yard drive if they're able to accomplish it.
They start the drive with Cook. And he'll get this only up to about the 3-yard line.
Number 33.
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Marked down at his own 3-yard line. A gain of 2. Brings up 2nd.
They run it again with Cook. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. A yard in the wrong direction makes 3rd down tougher. 3rd down and 9.
There's no question that coming into this game, this defense is pretty vocal about its desire to take this running back out of his game. And all that pregame whooping has turned into results.
Third down now, and those last 2 plays indicative of how things have gone for them. Just nowhere to go on the ground and struggling to put up points. On the carry, it's Cook. And they will get to him at the 7 and stop him short of the first down marker. And we got an injury here. And I believe, yes, that's the wideout, Adam Thielen. Hate to see this. Week 1 of the season. We'll be back. Here's Britton Colquitt now as he's on for the 5th time here today. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. They'll score that a 36-yard punt. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. The Packers ready to take over offensively. Their defense got the stop, forced the punt, and now you really start to monitor the clock as they nurse this slim lead. On 1st down, Rodgers. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. It's a gain of 12, and the Packers have the 1st.
First down.
Now Rodgers operating from the gun.
I got the sense that the defense created a little momentum for them there, didn't they?
Did their job, forced the punt. Now, nice start to the drive. Offense has to do their part.
Yeah, they certainly do, but what a great start for them. They got to go thank the guys on D. And these guys certainly are not hiding what their intention is. They're absolutely showing it. They're definitely not going to sit on this lead here in the 4th quarter.
Only the Titans converted more red zone opportunities into touchdowns than the Packers last year, and they've got an opportunity here, 1st and goal. And he's got it. And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay.
Touchdown.
A 9-yard touchdown grab. And the Packers are able to stretch that lead out further.
I wonder if he changed anything on his play sheet or they just executed better. Because they had 2 previous drives that ended in field goals. Before this one, they finally were able to put into the end zone.
Well, whatever he did, speaking of the offensive coordinator, might be using that formula going forward. It worked there.
Yeah, it worked very well. He and his field general in pretty good sync right now. They're starting to move the ball well.
And this one's caught. And their 4th quarter lead grows by a couple more. So they go with a pass there on the 2-point try and able to convert it, Charles.
And a good job by the offense figuring out their 2-point play and using it well. It's interesting how people are using the strategy nowadays, though, isn't it?
It really is, and I don't know how much that particular play factored in, but with the PAT moving back in 15-16, that kind of changed things, didn't it?
It's really a part of everyone's strategy now. When I talk with coaches and when we sit with them, they always talk about they actually have 2-point periods in practice now, something they never really did before.
And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29.
The Vikings take over 1st and 10.
The Vikings ready to go again on offense. And you're still in this game. I mean, yeah, you haven't scored. Offense obviously has struggled, but you're only 2 scores down, so all hope not lost.
Not at all, because we're talking about the NFL, and teams can score fast in this league. Quick strikes, you're right back in it. You're exactly right. Keeping hope alive.
Here's a throw, complete right side to start things out. He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play.
A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Cousins, and complete, right side, the tight end Rudolph.
That's good.
Nice game there, partner, but you and I both know that won't do anything for the final score. They're not going to win this one. Right now they're playing for pride and fantasy points.
And just to erase that goose egg, nobody wants to be shut out. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. Down under 2 minutes to go in this football game. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Cousins throw complete to Thielen. And they showed off the athletic juke. Good little gain there. Not a whole lot of real estate, but a nice carry. He's going to get this one down to Cook. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down. And that incompletion breaks a string of 5 straight connections. And it's 2nd down.
They've given up a few 1st downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
A 2nd down throw for Cousins. And down he goes. They sack him back right around the 41-yard line. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts. 3rd and long for Cousins. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And it's knocked away and incomplete. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. Desperation time. Cousins on 4th down. And that is incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And defensively, that might just seal a Week 1 victory. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And checking the timeouts, they do have 2 defensively, but no real need to use them as they're not going to be able to stop the clock after that. Now the Vikings will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they get it with under a minute to go now in the football game. So 2nd and 9, and you'd have to figure just about all 11 probably crashing the line here. Again, it's Jones. And he's going to take this one up only to about the 44-yard line. The Vikings going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game. And they will take a knee here.
J.K. Scott on to punt for the Packers.
Now on 4th down, Otta's the punt team sending this one away. Gets around him. punt, no return. And control of the football switching hands here with very little time remaining in this contest. He's going to let it fly. And that will be incomplete. 4 ticks left here on the clock. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down.
It's now 2nd and 10.
One last shot now for Cousins. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that will be incomplete as time has run out on this football game. So it's all over. A Green Bay victory, and they did it in shutout fashion. Impressive.
Would it be too bland of a statement to say they didn't have the greatest day offensively? I mean,
did enough, though. Did enough, but yeah, you're right.
Most games, it wouldn't have been enough. So they've got to go into the locker room and applaud their defensive mates and say, guys, you really carried us today. We'll try and get you back next time. But as for today, you guys were nails out there.
So for the Packers, you can't ask for a better start as they pitch a shutout here in the